What's up, everybody? Just want to make sure you can all hear me. I see Quote is here. Here to fire people up. Thank you, Quote. Hey, David, thank you for being here. If you can all hear me, just let me know. What's up, everybody? Looks like I had my mic set to a different output. If you can all hear me, just let me know in the chat. Thank you, Burnett. Thank you, David. By the way, Burnett, if you're new here, let me know. If anyone else is new here, say new in the chat so we can all say hello. What's up, Michelle? Thank you for being here. Zalika, glad you made it. Welcome. Everybody, it looks like we have some new folks joining us today. We have Zalika. We've got, I think Michelle is new. We have Vernette is new. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more pouring on once we get to the top of the hour. Frank, I was so tired of looking at it. I had to get rid of it. Welcome, Burnett. Thank you for being active in the chat. What's up, Jamie? Thank you for showing up. David, welcome. Michelle, glad you made it also. Feel free to say where you're from, what the weather's like, so we can all get to know each other before we get started. We're going to get started here in about 7 minutes. David's coming from Ottawa, and it's cold out. I can imagine. It's actually quite cold where I'm at too. It's let's see what the temperature is. I'm in Southern Illinois. I know it's cold out. I haven't been outside for a little bit. 39 degrees. Jamie says sunny and 30s in Maine. Dusting of snow on the ground. I love that. Michelle, she's in Colorado. It's cold over there, but no snow today. That's good. Gary coming in from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, 32, cloudy. Sue is coming in for Coronado, California, letting us know that she's in the Sunshine State. Overcast, cold, power was out for over an hour this morning. Glad you can make it, Sue. Sorry to hear that. For all of you that are just joining in, we're going to be getting started in about 5 minutes. Burnett coming in from Toronto, Canada. We have a couple here that's actually up in Canada. You should. I know David's from Ottawa, Canada. You should all connect inside of Alphapreneur. Everyone got all of their Christmas shopping done. I don't think it's ever done. Even up until like the day before, it's like, we still have more to get. Started in about 2 minutes. So if you need to go get some things taken care of, be back in about 2 minutes. Good evening, Glenn. Thank you for being here. Glenn coming in from the UK. We've got Margaret just coming in from New Zealand. June's in the house. What is up, Quote? Thank you for being here, as always. I just realized that the timer was down to 0. Hang on, let me change my background lights here. They're kind of crazy there for a second. And turn off my music. There we go. Welcome, everybody, to Monday meeting. I think this is number 11. Monday meeting number 11 to Alphapreneur. And for those of you that are new, make sure that you say new in the chat. So if you're joining us and you're actually watching this within Alphapreneur, there's no live chat. So just click the link below the video and you're going to see where you can go over to YouTube and see the live chat. And when you get over there, and if you are new, just say new in the chat. So everyone that is just now coming in can let us all know that you're new. And then everyone that are the regulars here can all welcome each other, and we can just have a lot of fun together. And by the way, if you see that my camera is shaking, I got this new, I'm like a gear like a nerd when it comes to gear. And I got this new ring light and I attached it to my desk. And if I just move my desk a little bit, I just realized everything is shaking. So I got to fix that. So I do apologize. Hopefully nobody gets seasick while we're doing this live stream. So what I want to do is jump over and share my screen so we can just get right into things. Okay, it looks like we are good to go there. Oh, and by the way, I was just responding to some people on Facebook. For those of you that have never seen my family before, this was us yesterday outside. We were all dressed up because Santa was actually going around the neighborhood in a golf cart. So we got dressed up and had Mrs. Claus take our picture. So that is the Luck family in our Christmas attire and my Bass Pro Shop hat. And so let me close that out. I always like to just kind of clear off some tabs so we're kind of, I'm not jumping around too much whenever we get into things. And great. So again, this is Monday meeting number 11. For those of you that are new, make sure you say new in the live chat. And if you don't know what this is, you've never been on one of these before and you're not really sure what's going to happen, if you go into Alphapreneur, there's a section here. Let me actually just show you. If you go into Alphapreneur, on the left-hand side, there's a section called Monday Meetings under Coaching. If you click on Monday Meetings under Coaching, you're going to see all of the previous Monday meetings that we have done. And we do a meeting live here for members of Alphapreneur every Monday at 2 p.m. Central. And you can come in and take a look at any of the previous ones that you would like. So we usually have about 3 topics that are like foreshore topics that we cover. And then we go into Q&A, and then I just share all kinds of like resources and links. And I mean, for those of you that have been here before, you know exactly what I mean. For those of you that are new, you are definitely going to be in for a treat. And so you can come back and watch the replays of these at any time. So you can see the one today is going to be about Google ads, YouTube ads, and Facebook ads. So if you click on that, you're going to be able to watch the replay at any time. So if you have to bounce out for any reason, or you have to step away to get something or take a break and come back, don't worry, because the recording is always available for you inside of Alphapreneur. So you can come in and see the recording there. You can click on the live chat on YouTube, and that will take you to where you're at now. If you're chatting on YouTube, if you're not there yet and you click on there, you're going to be able to see the replay of the live chat during this Monday meeting, which is kind of cool. We have an agenda. I have some resources that I know I'm going to be mentioning. So unlike last week's live stream where I was jumping in and adding the resources while we were live, I wanted to, out of respect for your time, know the resources that I'm going to be sharing, and I went ahead and linked them up already. So you can go and click on the links and follow along if you would like. And that is where you can find the Monday meetings. So what the agenda is today, by the way, thank you all for they're just now coming in. It looks like Pammy just got in. Pammy says, hello, finally feeling better. Missed everyone the past couple weeks. I do apologize. Pammy, hopefully you're feeling okay. It looks like you're good to go because you're here. So thank you for showing up to this one. Thank you for all the comments about the family of my picture. I usually don't get my family involved with things and don't share too many pictures, but that was on my computer and I thought it was just kind of fun just to share that. Sanjay says, thank you for having me all here. Thank you for having me here. Everyone say hello to Sanjay. There's a lot of new folks here that I see that are coming in because for those of you that are new, you probably are coming in because you saw something about the Brand Ambassador Training Program. And when you got the Brand Ambassador Training Program, that is inside of Alphapreneur. So you have access to Alphapreneur as well. And these Monday meetings come complimentary with the Brand Ambassador Training Program. So everybody that is here, if you've been a member of Alphapreneur for some, let's say more than 2 months, just say member. So that way, for those that are new, know that this is a really tight-knit family where we get on every Monday and help each other out. We have a lot of fun things we talk about. And then everybody that is here in the live chat, they are all inside of Alphapreneur as well. So you can search for their name, find them, add them, find their profile, friend them, DM them. You can do all of that within Alphapreneur. So the agenda, today we're going to talk specifically about Google ads. We're going to talk about YouTube ads. We're going to talk about Facebook ads, and we're going to get into live Q&A. And this is not going to be a training where I'm actually going to give you a full-on training with Google, YouTube, and Facebook. There's actually kind of some shortcuts I'm going to share with you that are going to be really powerful. But I know there's a lot of you that have been messaging me and sending me emails and all that, and emailing support about different types of recommendations and all that on what you should be doing with advertising. What should you focus on these days? Google, YouTube, or Facebook, and TikTok, and Instagram, and all of that. So I'm going to just go ahead and really summarize what platform you should be on at what stage of your business, so it can really help you out. And if you're not going to get into any paid advertising right now, that's totally okay, because this is actually going to really give you a jumpstart whenever you are ready to get into advertising. You're going to know where you want to go and where you need to be and why. So just to take a look here in the chat, I just wanted to do a shout out to all of you. When I said if you've been a member for 2 or more months inside of Alphapreneur, just say member. We have June says member. We have Gary Frazier is a member. Jamie Proctor is a member. We have Glenn. We've got Frank. We have David. David, I haven't seen you for a while. Thank you for showing up, David. Polson. We've got Magnus. We've got Michelle. We've got David, a few days new. That's great. For those of you that are a few days new, or even let's say if you're new within a month, go ahead and just say, new if you're new within a month, so we all know. And we're not gonna haze you or pick on you, just so we know, so we can just give you a warm welcome. We have a deal, new member plus PAMI member, so we've got a lot of regulars that are here, which are great, and thank you as always for showing up. And we have Quote as well that is a member, and I know Sue is a member as well, and Doc B, and there's a lot of you. So we're gonna get into the agenda. So the first thing I want to talk about, and we're going to go through this pretty quick because I've got a lot of really fun things to share with you as far as tools and resources. And even though I might have shared these with you in the past, I want to share them with you again, because as you all see, there's a lot of new folks that are here, and a lot of what I'm going to be sharing, they have no idea that exists. So every time, if you think you've seen what I'm about to share with you before, you should know by now that even though you might have seen me talk about it before, every time I get in and teach something live, I always like to just kind of teach off the cuff. I don't have a script or anything that I'm following, so I'm probably going to get in and show you all kinds of new ways and strategies to use certain platforms and things that you might not have seen before, or you have never heard me talk about before. And we still have a few that are coming in. It looks like Sid just got here. We have Luke coming in. I know Luke is coming in from the UK. I think it's Isle of Man let me know if I pronounce that right. And so for Google ads, we want to talk about when, why, and how you should use them. So Google ads are going to be really good. And by the way, for those of you that are coming in because you have registered for the Brand Ambassador Training Program, and you're going through the Brand Ambassador Training Program, what you're seeing right now is not going to necessarily be in perfect alignment with probably where you're at in the training program yet, but I want you to go into this meeting with an open mind, because you're going to learn a lot. So I want you to really absorb what I'm sharing with you, knowing you don't get overwhelmed with this information. You can always come back to it later. And then at the end of every Monday meeting, we always do live Q&A. So that's when, if you have any questions at all about anything at all, I just stay around and then answer as many questions as I can until we get to the end, or I lose my voice. So Google ads are going to be really good for search intent based searches. So if you are promoting anything, let's say as a brand ambassador, since I know there's a lot of new brand ambassadors that are coming into Alphapreneur because of the Brand Ambassador Training Program, I'm going to use the Brand Ambassador Training Program as an example, like for people that are in there that are finding brands to promote and talk about. So if you are wanting to, let's say, run ads or paid advertising for a brand that you are an ambassador for, Google is going to be really good for when someone's going to Google searching for that specific brand or that specific keyword, and you can be right in front of them at the perfect time whenever they're actually looking for, let's say, reviews, or they're looking for what the best XYZ is in your industry. And you've probably done that as well. You've probably gone to Google and typed in, all kinds of different things around, let's say, a new computer monitor or a new camera or a new microphone, or, that's the kind of stuff that I go to Google and type in search phrases for, but you get the idea. And you must do your research prior to running ads. And when I say research, there's tools out there that you can use where you can put in even an industry that you're going to go into where you're going to promote something. You can actually go in and type in, let's say you're going to promote things around the Instapot. Maybe, with the holidays and everything coming up, a lot of people are probably either looking at getting an Instapot, or they are looking for cookbooks or recipes, or they're looking for different things that they can, do, or where's the best place to get an Instapot, or what type of Instapot should you get. If you want to run ads for that kind of thing, because maybe you want to be a brand ambassador for an Instapot, then you can actually use some tools out there and do some research and see exactly what people are searching for. So when you get into running ads, you can be right in front of those searches. So I'm going to show you the tool that I recommend using in a minute and how I use it. But before I do that, I want you to know to not get overwhelmed, because there's a lot of keywords that you can actually find when you're using these tools that I'm about to share with you. And you want to build a keyword list of just about 20 to 30 keywords, no more than that. Because if you go more than 30 keywords, it's going to start to be a mess to try to manage and wonder which keywords are working and which ones aren't. And also, you want to use, and again, if this is over a lot of your heads, don't worry. You're always going to be able to come back and use this as a reference. If anything, just have some fun in the live chat while you're here, and then just be open and honest with how you're consuming this content. If it's making sense, or if you're having any aha moments, or you like something that's being shared, feel free to say it in the chat, because I can see the chat right now. When you see me looking this direction, so look at my face and look at my eyes. The direction I'm looking right now is I'm looking at the live chat. So I'm always looking at the chat as I'm talking to see what's going on and make sure everything is making sense. So you want to use exact match keywords, which we'll get into in just a second. And then also with Google Ads, you want to be able to send people to a landing page that you control. So if you're going to promote any type of product as a brand ambassador, you do not want to send people from an ad directly to the product or service that you're getting paid to talk about on the internet. You want to create a page, which would be your own page, which we'll get into in a little bit. And that's a page that you can then control, because then on that page, what you can do is collect email addresses of people that are interested in whatever it is that you're talking about. And then once you collect the email addresses, you can then follow up with them. I like to recommend following up with them daily through email, because once you have their email address, you can just let them know that we're interested in the Instapot, or they're wanting to get the best they're wanting to get the best price, or find out what the best recipes or cookbooks are for it, and they put in their email address. You can send them that kind of stuff on a daily basis and really make money for a long time, rather than just someone clicking on an ad on Google through your ambassador link to go then to a final destination, and then you never have anything to do with them ever again. That's like the worst thing to do. So I want to talk about where to get keywords for this kind of thing. So again, when you go into Alphapreneur, and I'm just going to close some of these menus down on the left. So on the left-hand side here, there is the coaching section and Monday meetings. And if you click on that, and then you come down to this one we're on right now, which is number 11, you are going to see I've got some links, and these are going to be resources that I'm mentioning. So this first one I'm going to be talking about is called SpyFu. So you can go to just here and click on it. And none of these are my affiliate links. I probably should have been smart and actually included my affiliate or ambassador links on these, but I didn't, because honestly, I just didn't have the time to go sign up for the programs yet and then get that link. So those are just the raw links. I'm not recommending these because I'm paid to recommend these, or I'm getting paid if you sign up for these. So just keep an open mind about that. So with SpyFu, the way this works, and if you've never seen anything like this before, it's going to blow your mind as far as what you can do with paid advertising on the internet. So before you would go run ads on a place like Google, you can use a tool like SpyFu. And let's say for keyword research, there's a lot of different things you can do with SpyFu, but we're just going to go to keyword research. And then let's say you're going to, you want to get paid to talk about the Instapot because maybe, I don't know, you have a brand ambassador. I don't even know if Instapot has an affiliate or an ambassador program, but whether or not they do, you can definitely sign up to be like a brand ambassador and promote all things that are on Amazon or on Kohl's website if you're in the US. And with that being said, you can then come here and type in Instapot, and then you're going to see all of the different keywords that people are searching for. And it looks like Magnus says my screen is unsharp and it's blurry. Is my screen blurry to anybody else? Let me take a look at some things on my end. I'm on Wi-Fi right now. I'm going to turn off Wi-Fi, which is just going to put me on a direct connection. So 1 second. Okay, I'm on a direct connection now, so I'm not on Wi-Fi. So if it is blurry, probably shouldn't be blurry anymore. I always forget about doing that. When I go into my office, I'm on my laptop and my laptop goes to Wi-Fi. But if I turn it off, I'm on a wired connection. So looks like everyone else says it's perfectly clear. So just you make it a little bigger. It looks like Sue says, so you could, take this video of mine and then just blow it up full screen if you want. Yeah, everyone else says it's clear. So you might just had a little hiccup in your internet connection. So sorry about that. So anyway, what you can do here is when you type in Instapot, what is really cool here is that you can kind of get into, the back end of what happens on the internet on Google when people are trying to find out things about the Instapot. So what I like to look at are questions. So when someone's like, how do you use an Instapot? What is an Instapot? Are Instapots worth it? How does an Instapot work? Is Instapot a pressure cooker? What Instapot to buy? So these are keywords that this is what's called search intent keywords. They're actually going to Google and typing in something and they're trying to get an exact answer to a question that they have. So if you can create a page, or if you have a blog, you could create a blog article. If you don't have a blog, you could just create a landing page using all kinds of landing page software that we'll talk about at another time. I'm actually going to cover all of this in the Brand Ambassador Training Program. We're several steps ahead right now to where we are in the Brand Ambassador Training Program at the moment. So again, that's why I say if this is overwhelming to some of you that are new, do apologize. But this will all make sense later. So for questions, this is why you would want to use Google, because you can create an ad and actually be at the top of the Google search results when people are searching for this kind of stuff. So if someone says what Instapot to buy, so we could click on that and then we can see how many searches per month there are, how many clicks that are actually being generated for this. And then you can see down here on the left where it says advertisers. Look at that, 0 advertisers, which means you could get in and for pennies, you could actually have an ad that says, want to know what Instapot to buy? Click here. And then someone clicks over and they come to your page that you would create on your blog or a landing page, or, you could even make a YouTube video talking about it and send people to that from Google ad. And then when you talk about the different Instapots, then you could talk about the best one to buy. Then you give them your ambassador link to go buy. And then you just sit there and really print money off people that are going to Google and looking for all these different searches about Instapot, and you're there in front of all of them. So hopefully this is really opening the eyes to a lot of you that might be new to this sort of thing, and you've never seen anything like this. This was definitely eye-opening to me whenever I started discovering, what the internet is really, what can be possible on the internet when it comes to building businesses and making money as a brand ambassador. So that is, so back to the little list of why you would want to use Google ads. That's why I say you must do your research prior to running ads, because unlike all the other platforms, which we're going to talk about with Google, you can be, again, I cannot stress this enough, you can be in front of the right person at the perfect time whenever they're searching for something. So another really good example is, let's say that the brand ambassador training program. You can actually be a brand ambassador for that and promote the training program. So a lot of people might go to Google and type in something about, say, brand ambassador. So you can see here, there are questions that people are, talking about. Let's go ahead and just click on view all here. And you can see that, by the way, you saw for Instapot, the questions about an Instapot, there was 200 searches and 190 clicks. Well, look at this. For being a brand ambassador, people are actually searching, and you can see this is really cool when you're looking at this. You can see people are actually typing in how to become a brand ambassador. There's 1,200 searches a month. 0. When you see dashes there, that means there is 0 competition. There are 0 advertisers that are bidding on that keyword. So these 1,200 people that are searching every month on Google on how to become a brand ambassador. Nobody is paying to be in the number one spot that would teach them how to become a brand ambassador. So that's where you could come in. If you were actually a brand ambassador for the brand ambassador training program, this is something you could do. You could make a YouTube video, or you could make a blog post, or you could make your own little page that talks about all the benefits to becoming a brand ambassador, then linking to the brand ambassador training program. Jamie, thank you. She says, cool. I love this stuff. Yeah. And like I said, I've talked about Spy Food multiple times since the beginning of Alphapreneur, but I'm always going to keep talking about it because the research phase of anything that you do online is crucial to your success online. If you don't take the time to do this kind of stuff and really get detail and like into the weeds with this kind of thing, you're just really just wasting your time and money, to be frank, which a lot of people don't teach this kind of stuff. And then they wonder, if you're following somebody else, how come you're not getting results and you're not succeeding? It's because you're not taking the time to do what is actually needs to be done. So anyway, this is just crazy because you could create all kinds of find all of these keywords where there's no there's no competition, but there's searches. So people are like, how to become a brand ambassador for a company. That is exactly what my brand ambassador training program is. And I'm not running ads for any of these just because I haven't had the time to run ads for any of these. So anyone that's a brand ambassador for the brand ambassador training program can actually jump into these ads and just kill it. So that's, let's come up with another keyword. So another great keyword would be, let's say if you were doing, promoting like a keto cookbook or, some type of keto program or a diet plan or a supplement, you could type in keto recipes and you can see here, you thought there was a lot of searches for a brand ambassador. Keto's on a whole nother level. So for keto, you can see there are advertisers here though. But you can find the ones where there are no advertisers, and the ones where there are no advertisers, like there's 16,000 searches a month for vegan keto recipes. And when you see a dash there, right there, 0 advertisers. So you can immediately be in front of people that are looking for vegan keto recipes. And you could have a page on your website if you don't even have a website or know how to create a funnel or anything like that, just create a YouTube video and put it up on YouTube and then run that as an ad on these keywords where people just go to your YouTube video, and in the description of your YouTube video, that's where you can always just say, hey, if you want the best recipes or cookbooks, just click the link. I have a bunch of links in the description below that are going to send you to all the best places. And then all those links in the description are all going to be your brand ambassador links that you're getting paid to actually talk about the products in that industry. Quotes like another one. So, okay, let me come up with another one. Steve says, how about OMAD? So OMAD stands for 1 meal a day. So let's type in OMAD. And for OMAD, again, people are saying, what is OMAD? 2,000 searches a month. Nobody is bidding on that keyword. So Steve, what you could do is if you had a blog or you had any way of creating content and putting it out there on the internet, which I'm going to have training to show you how to do all of this in the brand ambassador training program. So if you're watching this and you're totally confused and you're like, oh, I don't know how to create a blog, or I don't know how to build a page, or like what's a funnel, I'm going to teach you all of that. So don't worry. All of that is going to be covered in the brand ambassador training program. I'm going to have steps for everything. So, if you're excited about this, but you don't know what the next steps are beyond research, don't worry, because I'm going to show you everything that you need to know. So you can see here, OMAD. So you could, I'm just going to use an example of doing a blog article. I'm just going to say a blog article for now, because I am going to be teaching you how to start up a really simple blog that you can use to literally just, print money on demand whenever you want to with keywords like this. Because when you have a blog, let's say if you're going deep in the fitness industry, or you're going deep in the diet and weight loss industry, then if you did all these articles and just came up with different keywords where you want to write articles for, let's say, Steve, that you want to promote someone's program that is a 1 meal a day program, and you're getting a good percentage. Well, you could create a bunch of articles, and every article could be about these. So you could have one article that is what is OMAD, and then have this really awesome article about it, and then recommend an OMAD program. You could have another article that says, what does OMAD mean? You could have another article that says, what is OMAD fasting? You could have another article that says, how many calories on OMAD? So you literally take one keyword, put it into a place like SpyFu, go look at the related keywords that are question-based keywords, and then you just simply write articles that answer all of these questions. And in those articles, you just sprinkle the articles with links that send people to different places where they can get things about whatever it is your article is writing about. Does this make sense? Oh, Jamie says, what does the KD column stand for? KD stands for keyword difficulty. Don't worry about that. That's a metric you would want to know if you're doing search engine optimization, which we're not even going to talk about in the Brand Ambassador program, because I don't spend time on search engine optimization. Rather than creating something and waiting 6 to 8 months to see a result, I want to create something and like make money that same day. And that is what you do when you get into doing advertising and stuff that I'm teaching you in the Brand Ambassador training program. So yeah, good question though, Jamie. And by the way, on like a 1 to 10 scale, 1 is like, this is not making sense to you at all. And 10 is like, this is good information. Let me know in the chat, just on a 1 to 10 scale, put in a number that you feel best represents what you're seeing right now, because that is helping me as we go through these Monday meetings. If I'm going too technical and going too detailed, or if I'm right on point. Because if I'm going too technical and too detailed and I'm seeing a lot of 1s in the chat, then I'm going to pump the brakes and not spend so much time doing this kind of stuff, because I don't want to overwhelm anybody, because all of this is going to be inside of the Brand Ambassador training program in Alphapreneur. So you're not going to have to worry about any of that at all. 10 says 10 plus, Magnus 10, Gary 10, Jamie 10. Thank you for taking the time to put in the chat what you think of this, because this info is helpful. David says 1, that's perfectly okay. I respect you putting a 1 in there. By the way, everyone, welcome David McBride, because I know he's new to all of this and this whole world. So I understand this can probably be over your head completely, but all of this is going to be fixed for you inside of the training program inside of Alphapreneur. So, all right. So anyway, that is doing keyword research if you're wanting to run Google ads, and why you would want to do keyword research and why you would want to do Google is because you would want to create articles on whatever types of brands you're going to be talking about as a brand ambassador. You create articles on your blog, and then you simply drive traffic and create ads on Google and send those people directly to your articles where you answer their questions, and then you recommend great resources and products and things like that. So that is Google ads. So I'm going to stop there on Google ads. We can always come back to it in Q&A if anyone wants to spend more time in SpyFu and have a lot of fun and that kind of stuff. We can definitely do that. Sue, thank you for sharing that in the chat. I'm just going to read what Sue just said. She says, in a nutshell, we're looking for questions around keywords so we can write articles to answer those questions so we can get traffic to our landing page. Yes, that is, you're like the expert at summing up the things that I try to say in these meetings. So I do appreciate it, Sue. Thank you. All right, YouTube ads. So now what I want to talk about is, because I get a lot of questions, Chris, should I use Google? Should I use YouTube? Should I use Facebook? What platform should I use? I don't have time to do all of them. How can I be successful with this if I can't do all of them? And what I want to let you know right now is you do not need and you should not do all of these all at one time. You should pick one that makes the most sense to you and go all in on that. And if you are not at a point in your business or your, what it is that you're doing, if you're not at a point to even do paid advertising, you shouldn't do any of this stuff. Just know that this is right down for your own benefit. This is Monday meeting number 11, and you can always come back to this at another time when you are ready to do advertising. Vernette, thank you for the 5. I know you're brand new to all of this as well, so I'm good that you're halfway there, but that's okay because again, all of this is going to be covered in the training program for all of you. Okay, so YouTube ads. So I want to talk about when, why, and how you should use these. So YouTube ads are going to be great for how-to searches. However, you must feel comfortable creating videos. If you do not want to be on camera, which I've been doing this kind of stuff for 21 years, I just started going on camera early this year because I've been terrified with going on camera. I'm terrified with doing videos. I'm still, nervous when I do even these Monday meetings. And it's not a comfortable thing for me, but I know it needs to be done if I really want to help people. So you must be comfortable creating videos on YouTube. I don't recommend going to places and marketplaces like Fiverr or anything like that and hiring people to do your videos for you because it's not going to be authentic enough. It's going to come off as very commercially and just not done in a very professional way. So don't recommend doing the YouTube at all if you're not comfortable creating videos. But if you are comfortable creating videos, what you should be doing on YouTube is you want to build a list of YouTube channels that have similar videos to what it is that you're trying to promote as a brand ambassador. So a great example would be, let's say if you were in the, well, let's just use keto as an example again. Let's say you have, some program out there. It could be a diet program or a weight loss plan or a supplement. It could be a pill. It could be a detox. It could be a recipe book. Let's say you're really into fitness or you're really into recipes and that kind of stuff. And you want to, and you don't mind being on camera, even if it's just for 30 seconds. And you're like, hey, this is Alika. I'm a huge fan of keto. Here's, I just stumbled across this incredible, new approach to doing keto. And it all includes Southern recipes and they're delicious, yada, yada, yada. So what you do with YouTube, similar to what you did with Google, on Google, I showed you how to go and find keywords that people are searching for. Well, on YouTube, you want to find channels of people that have a bunch of videos that are already talking about what it is that you want to promote. And then once you find those people, you create a 30-second pre-roll video where it's just you on camera. And then you just say something like what I just said. The example was Zalika. And then you upload those videos to your YouTube channel. And then you log into Google Ads. And then you use those videos as YouTube video or as ads. And then you run campaigns only targeting similar channels to the video you just made. So again, the example I used earlier is if Zalika, was a brand ambassador, let's say of a keto recipe book, and she gets a good commission on it and she wants to sell a lot of them, then she would create a quick little video. It could just, just as simple as just like grabbing your phone and then you're just doing like a whole little selfie video and then save that. And then you get out there and run those videos as ads on YouTube channels. So how do you do that? Well, what you can do is you go to another platform. By the way, all of these links are inside of Alphapreneur. If you go to the coaching, go to Monday meetings, go to this meeting, which is number 11. I've got the links to all of these for you. And these are not my ambassador links. These are just straight links to send you to where you're going. So this one is created by actually a really good friend of mine, Daniel Sardi, and he created the software called TubeSift. So it's similar to what I just showed you with SpyFu with Google search, but with this is for Google Ads, or this is for YouTube. So what you can do here, I'm just going to show you just one quick little thing that I recommend doing. This is all I use it for. I'll click on channel search, and then you type in a keyword. So we're going to type in keto, and we're just going to say show us 20 results. So it already found 20 these are like the top channels on YouTube that are all about keto. So we're going to sort by views, and you can see the very top channel is called Keto Connect. There's 857 videos. There's 92 million views across those 857 videos. And as we come down, looks like there's a diet chef that does a lot with keto. There's a Keto Rewind. There's Cooking Keto with Christy. There's Keto Christina. There's Serious Keto. There's Paleo Ideas Keto. There's tons and tons of all these YouTube channels that are all keto videos. So what you do on YouTube is you create that little video that's like a 30-second video, and it's in YouTube's world, it's what's called a pre-roll video. Yeah, that's a quote. That's exactly who I meant, Justin Sardi. Yeah, great friend of mine. If you know him or if you're connected with him, tell him I said, what's up? And he'll take care of you for sure. So Jamie says, I have TubeSift. It is amazing. It is absolutely, excuse me. Hang on a second. Oh, that was a big cough. Let me take a sip of water. Yeah, so Justin Sardi, a really incredible guy. And what you can do here is once you have all of these, you simply take all of these channel URLs. You don't have to go look at the videos. You just know these channels are all they do is talk about keto. So if you, like Zalika, And I don't even know if you're in keto or not, Zalika. I just know you're new here, so I always like to pick on people that are new every now and then. So Zalika was doing, promoting a keto recipe book. She would grab her phone, do a little selfie video, talking about this new keto recipe guide. People should go check it out. And then on YouTube, what you can do is you don't have to send people to your blog article like you would on Google. On Google, it's really recommended you send people to one of your pages that you own and operate, and not just like sending people through your ambassador link, because Google actually doesn't like that. YouTube, on the other hand, is different. You can do that. So you can skip having to have a blog and having funnels and all this kind of stuff, and just grab your ambassador link for whatever it is that you're wanting to get paid to talk about, make that video, and then when you upload it as an ad, one of the things that you can do inside of when you're running Google ads, when you say, okay, Google, here's this video that I got, it's on my YouTube channel, it's going to ask you, like, where's this video located that you want to use as an ad? You point to where that video is, and then by just connecting to your YouTube channel, and then they're going to say, okay, where do you want this video to show up on YouTube? And you say, I want this video to show up as pre-roll ads, which are ads that show before videos, and you all probably seen these before. You go on YouTube and you're going to watch a video and it plays like a commercial for like 30 seconds, and sometimes you can skip it, sometimes you can't. That's what these videos are. So you tell Google, here's my video I want to use for this advertisement. And then you say, okay, when someone clicks on the button that's going to show up on top of my video, where do I want people to go? And then that's where you put in your brand ambassador link to like the keto cookbook. And then Google's going to say, okay, where do you want this video to show up? And that's where you grab you can export where it says get channel URLs. I could just click this right here and download a list of all of the direct URLs to all of these keto channels. And I only did 20. If you really want to go all in on this, you can say, show me 100 and then search, and then it's going to take a little bit more time. But here it actually found 50, and it's it's showing 50. I could say show all, and it might have maybe there is only just 50 that it pulled, 45. So there's 45 with, hundreds of millions of views. So you would then take all those channel URLs and then put them into your ad on Google. And then your video now is magically in front of all of the videos on all of these channels that are all about keto. So that is a really, really cool thing that you can do on YouTube. And if you want to know, like, step by step and click by click how to do this, I'm going to have training for you on all of that inside the Brand Ambassador Training Program. So if you don't know how to do this yet, that's all coming. If you don't want to wait for it and you just want to see how to do it now, totally understand. So what I'm going to actually give you a little tip. Let me find it real quick. It is going to be, I had it pulled up, but I need to, hang on a second. I got to do it on another browser. All right. I wish I had some music I could play for you really quick while I'm doing this, but it's not going to take much longer. And found it. All right.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Surfside PPC YouTube channel.
Okay. So if you want, you can go to this channel on YouTube. Just type in Surfside PPC. And on Surfside PPC, what you can do is they have a section called playlists. You would click on playlists, and then you can see they have all of these different playlists that they teach all this different kind of stuff. Because what they do is they teach some stuff like really basic beginner stuff for free. But then if you want to go really advanced, then they sell you a course. Don't worry about going really advanced or buying any courses from them, because I'm going to teach you all the advanced stuff in the Brand Ambassador Training Program. Because I'm releasing new steps every Friday inside of it. So we are going to get to this. But if you just really want to get a jump start on it and learn about this, you could come to Surfside PPC, and then once you're here, click on their little search icon and type in YouTube. And then you're going to find, here's all of their videos about YouTube. And this is by far the best training that I've seen online that is free training that is going to walk you through exactly what to do. Here's a video right here. It's 40 minutes long. YouTube Advertising 2020 Campaign Control Tutorial, how to create YouTube ads for beginners. So anyway, this is where I would recommend going if you want to just hit the ground running right now and just learn the basics while you're waiting for me to create training for you specifically inside the Brand Ambassador Training Program. So that is, again, this is Surfside PPC. since I did not put that in Alphapreneur yet, I'm going to add this as a link really quick. And I did this on the last Monday meeting. I didn't have anyone complaining about it, that it was taking a while. So YouTube training tutorials. I'm just putting this in here now so that way you know it's there. And I want to just give you, like, in one click, you can go right to where you need to go. So that is now in there, so you don't have to worry about trying to find that. So that's all in Alphapreneur, so you can come back to it later. So if you want to really, like, learn, like, more in depth, like click by click and step by step before I create the training for you in the Ambassador Training Program, you can go to Surfside and check all that out. They also have a ton of really good stuff on Google as well. And this is actually where I learned most of what I do with Google and pay-per-click. It was from them. So you could go to playlists again, and you could just do search, and you could do Google. And then you're going to find they just have tons and tons of trainings about Google Ads. And like this one right here, it's Google Ads Search Campaign, which is exactly what I was just talking about, like how to run search ads. They have a 1 hour and 13-minute video that's going to show you step by step and click by click how to do all that. And Surfside didn't pay me to plug them or anything like that. I've just learned from them. They're a great place to learn from. And know that you don't have to, you're not going to feel like you have to buy anything, because I'm going to teach you all the advanced stuff later, but the beginner stuff, this can at least get you started for now. So was that helpful, everybody? Looks like Liz is in the house. Welcome, Liz. Thank you for being here. Okay, so now another thing on a 1 to 10 scale, YouTube ads, 1 being that was okay information, and 10 being like that was really helpful, because especially if you're brand new to this world and you've never heard or seen any of this kind of stuff before, hopefully this really opens your mind on what's possible and what's really happening every day on the internet, and how people are getting paid and making money by talking about products on the internet. If you've never heard of this stuff and now you do, I'm excited for you, because this is the stuff I learned like decades ago that completely changed the whole trajectory of my whole life. That is, I'm really happy to pass down to all of you. So thank you all for the 10s and the 9s and the 10s and the greats. Thank you very much. So the next thing, David, thanks for the 1. Why, I'm curious, David, why the 1s? I got a 1 on Google and a 1 on YouTube. I just want to know, what is it, like over your head, or is it 1 because you don't like the information? Just let me know. It's always good to know. So next thing I want to talk about is Facebook ads. So Facebook ads, just like we talked about with Google and YouTube, I want to teach you when, why, and how you should use Facebook ads. So thank you so much for the great info, Michelle. And thank you, Frank, for the awesome, cool links. Looking forward to your YouTube hack training. I've got some really, really cool secrets that I'm going to be sharing with you. I'm not even going to expose right now because it's all going to be inside the Brand Ambassador Training Program. So yeah, I'm excited for all of you to see that. So the Facebook ads, the when, the why, and the how you should use them. So great. What Facebook ads are really good for, they're great for interruption marketing, which is unfortunate because most people that are just getting started on the internet, they think that they need to just do Facebook ads. Like everyone's talking about Facebook ads. You're seeing ads every day on Facebook. So that's where you need to go to do marketing. Facebook is the last place that you need to go to do marketing because what Facebook is really just imagine like you're in, a brand new shiny red Ferrari and you're driving down the highway at like 200 miles an hour and there's billboards on the side of the road. You're not really noticing the billboards. You're just paying attention to the road. You're paying attention to what's in front of you. That's what goes on Facebook. So when you're, swiping through your newsfeed on your phone or on your computer, that's like driving down a highway in a Ferrari at 200 miles an hour. You're just looking for something to pop out and get your attention, and you're focused on that. So and then the more ads that you see about things, the less you pay attention to the ads. It's called banner blindness. And you have to be really good at interrupting someone and stopping somebody where they're driving down a highway in their brand new shiny red Ferrari at 200 miles an hour and slam on their brakes to just write down your information on your billboard. Like that's the way I look at Facebook ads. And a lot of people agree with me that have spent a lot of time on Facebook ads. So it's, it's just not really a great place to spend your time. But if you really want to do it, and if you feel like you're a good marketer, it's great for interruption marketing. So what you would do if you want to get on Facebook ads, because I know no matter how much I try to steer people away from Facebook, they still want to get on there anyway. So I will give you some resources, just like I have given you for some other things. So if you, again, go into Alphapreneur, go to coaching, go to Monday meetings, you come down where it says resources mentioned, I'm going to show you the Facebook ad library and the Facebook audience insights. So there's links to both of those on there. If you want to follow along and you're not in here right now, what you can do is for the Facebook ad library, just Google it. So what you can do is go to Google and you type in Facebook ad library. And then the very first thing that pops up, Facebook ad library, make sure it's on facebook.com. So it's going to take you to this real like secret place on Facebook where you can search for anyone that has a Facebook page and you can see if they're running ads and what those ads look like. So what's really powerful with Facebook ads is if you do want to do interruption marketing, go to the Facebook ad library, put in your top competitors that you have there, and study their longest running ads. Because if you have a competitor on Facebook or you have someone in, let's say you're wanting to promote the Instapot. Now, I didn't do this ahead of time, but I don't know if the Instapot has a Facebook page and if they're running ads. We're going to take a look here and see if they do. But you want to find the longest running ads of people that are like the top of your industry, because Facebook's going to show you that, because due to privacy and all that stuff, that laws that had to be passed a long time ago, they have to now show all this information, which is a gold mine for people like you and I. So you can study the longest running ads of competitors and then create a similar ad on your Facebook page and run it as a Facebook ad, which you do not want to just do a post on your page and boost it. We're going to talk about all this later in the brand ambassador training program. But for now, if you're just wanting to like hit the ground running, like I am when I learn something new, I'm just telling you what you don't want to do. So you don't want to post an ad on your Facebook page and then hit the boost button. Facebook wants you to do that, but don't do that. Instead, you want to run it as an ad in your ads manager and then hyper target your audience, which I'm going to talk about how to do that too in a second. All right. So, David gave me the feedback on the one. He says, I'm not good at this, but I like to learn. I need some one-on-one help to get this stuff off the ground so I can make some money, because reading and spelling, probably your reading and spelling is not good. Totally okay, David. So what I really recommend doing, always keep showing up to these Monday meetings, because this is where I will help you with when we get into live Q&A. Once you're actually doing stuff and you need help, I'm here to help you with what you need to do. And then also the good thing is when you go into the brand ambassador training program that I'm referring to, you come down and all of these are step-by-step. So you can, even though you might not be good at reading and spelling, you can still watch these videos and see step-by-step what you need to do. So for instance, I did a video not too long ago about like data mining. And, this video alone is 25 minutes and it's just step-by-step, me walking you through everything you need to do. So even though you think you need one-on-one help and everybody else, if you think you need one-on-one help, you don't. Because one-on-one help is just going to slow you down. You need to go through a step-by-step training where it's like step 1, do this. Here's your assignment. Then move on to step 2. Okay, step 2, you got your assignment from step 1. Okay, now let's do step 2. Do this. Here's your assignment. Move on to step 3. Okay, you got your assignment from step 2. Okay, let's start step 3. So that's how I build the brand ambassador training program. So one-on-one help is not what you need. You just need a training program that is proven to work. And the stuff I teach in this training program, I've been doing myself for 21 years. So you don't have to worry about learning something that's not relevant or is not going to help you. And I see there's some other questions, like UBC has a question. Save the questions to the very end, because then I'm going to answer all the questions and then help you out when we get to live Q&A. I just don't want to get too far off of the slides that I'm on. So speaking of that, so I see your question, UBC, but if you can save it to the end, I think that was the second or third time you asked it, I'll answer it at the end. So we want to go to the Facebook ad library and put in your top competitors. So we would go to this, and then again, I don't know if Instapot's on here or not. So we're going to type in Instapot, and looks like there's a few things here. There's Instapot recipes. There's just Instapot. Let's just click on Instapot, and then it's going to say 0 results, which means there's no ads for that, which is fine. Let's type in Instapot. And we're going to click on this recipes one. and there's 0 ads. Let me put in one that I know there's ads for. Let's do Bulletproof Coffee. So let's say you want to promote Bulletproof Coffee, and because you're into that kind of thing, and you know that they have a really good following, what you need to do is first find their actual Facebook page. Now here, it looks like there's a lot of people that have created pages about Bulletproof Coffee, but it's going to be kind of hard to find the actual Bulletproof Coffee page. So let me click on one. Yeah, because we're showing 0 results. And by the way, that little bell icon with a 2 is not their logo. So let me, on a different page, I'm going to pull up their Facebook page. So if you can't find your competitors in the Facebook ads library, you just want to find their Facebook page. So I'm just pulling it up real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to show you how I did this. So I went into Facebook and I just searched, and then I typed in Bulletproof Coffee, and then I told Facebook only show me pages. And then here is a page with 507 likes. This is the right one. So this is a coffee brand, and they do have an ambassador program. So if you wanted to promote this as an ambassador, you could click on it, and then you could come down, and where it says page transparency, you click on see all. And once it comes up, it's going to give you the option to go to the ad library. So you click on ad library. And this was kind of like a long way around to what I was going to show you by going to the Facebook ad library. This took you right there, but going through their Facebook page. Now, right now at the time, they're only running one ad. So that's not super helpful. But when you do find competitors in certain industries, you'll find some people that might be running hundreds of ads. And what's really cool is you can find the ads and when they launch them, they started running this ad on December 4th and it's still running. So it's probably making them some money. So if you wanted to promote their product as a brand ambassador, you could actually look at this ad as just an idea of if you want to do an ad about Bulletproof Coffee on your Facebook page, you can do that. And then you could look at this as an idea of what to write about, what images to use, because they're actually wrote this. They're using these images, and they're paying money for people to see this, and they've been doing it for a while. So it's like a shortcut for you to get success actually doing this with advertising. So that's the shortcut around Facebook ads. And the last thing I'm going to show you really quick is if you want to run ads on Facebook, you really need to, when I say hyper target your audience, even though Facebook is since it is interruption marketing and you're going to be running ads on Facebook and you're just going to be like a billboard on the side of the road of people driving by at 200 miles an hour, you might as well at least be on the right highways with the right people driving by, and hopefully someone's going to see you. So to do that, what you can do is it's another thing you can do by going to Google and typing in Facebook Audience Insights. And again, the recording of this is going to be in the brand ambassador or the Alphapreneur membership under Monday meetings under number 11. You can come back and watch this recording at any time. So if you're not into doing ads, maybe you don't want to spend money right now, or you don't have money to spend on ads right now, that's totally fine. This will be here for you when you are ready. So, and that's the good thing about these Monday meetings. We cover so many different topics every Monday where they're not necessarily going to be actionable for you at this current point in your life, but they're going to be here for when you are ready. Okay, so going back, so when you find where you type in Facebook Audience Insights, you can simply find where it says Audience Insights, click on Go to Audience Insights. We're going to say, show me everyone on Facebook. And this is where it gets creepy because what you could do is, let's say you want to, you're a brand ambassador for the Bulletproof Coffee brand because you love Bulletproof Coffee, you changed your life, you think everyone in the world should try it. So what you could do is type in Bulletproof Coffee, and then here it is. So you could click on that. And this is basically giving you all of the data of people that like the Bulletproof Coffee Facebook page. So I don't look at any of this data. What I like to look at is the page likes. So the people that like the Bulletproof Coffee Facebook page, what other pages do they like? So we're going to click on that, and it's going to tell us. So here are all of the pages. We're just going to click on see all, and they're even categorized. So other pages, the top pages that people like, that like Bulletproof Coffee, they like the Keto Club, they like Paula Deen, they like Julian Bakery, they like all this stuff. So if you're going to run Facebook ads, when I say hyper target your audience, this is what you do. You put in your competitor or a brand that you're promoting as a brand ambassador, it would be a better example, and find their Facebook page and then see all the other pages that people that like that page like, because then when you run your ads on Facebook, you can target all the people that like all those pages. So again, going back to the analogy of driving down the highway at 200 miles an hour in a brand new shiny red Ferrari, and there's billboards on the side of the road, you might as well be on the highway where everyone on that highway is your perfect customer. Okay, so knowing that's just Bulletproof Coffee. Let's say you're doing some luxury stuff. Maybe you want to be a brand ambassador for Chanel. You can actually, which they do have a brand ambassador program. You can do Chanel. Oh, see, I clicked on Chanel, and then it took me to people that are employers of Chanel. I don't want that, so I need to close out of that. I can do Chanel, and you just have to start clicking on them until it's the actual page. That wasn't it either. Do Chanel. There we go. Business interests. So now this is going to show you, which some of these are pretty obvious, but if you are in the luxury goods category and you're a brand ambassador for people that like luxury items, and you're going to be promoting and getting paid to talk about Chanel products, then you can see people also like Saks Fifth Avenue, Lancome, Tory Burch, Nordstrom Rack, Kate Spade New York Express, DSW Designer Shoe Warehouse, Shoe Dazzle, all this stuff. And what's really cool as a brand ambassador, you could actually go to these websites and these brands and see if they have brand ambassador programs. So you could find like other brand ambassador programs for other products that people like that are in the same industry that you're already in. So it's just, you could spend a lot of time on this Facebook Audience Insights and just have a lot of fun. Hey, what's up, Claire? Welcome everybody, or welcome Claire. She's new here as well. Hopefully, if you just got here, Claire, you probably missed out on a lot of stuff. So I apologize, but what you can do is always go back into Alphapreneur. I was letting everyone know they could go to the coaching section. They go to Monday meetings. They scroll down and click on today's meeting, which is number 11. And you can watch the recording of this meeting here. And then if you want to watch the recording with the live chat next to it, you can click on live chat on YouTube, and then it'll take you to watch it privately on YouTube with the live chat next to it. So yeah, thanks for showing up, Claire. So that is going to be Facebook ads. So I know that was a lot. That was like a fire hose right now of information for a lot of you that are new. I saw there were some comments and stuff in the chat where some of you're not at a point right now in your business where you want to spend money on advertising. If that's the case, hopefully what I showed you just opened up your ideas to a lot of creative thinking on what you can do to take some of what I just showed you, and you can use a lot of what I just showed you and still deploy organic and free marketing methods without having to spend money on advertising by using tools that I just shared with you. I'm not going to get into the details on what all that just means. If that sounded like a cryptic message, it wasn't intended to be like that, but there's going to be training where I'm going to show you in the Brand Ambassador Training Program specifically how to use this kind of stuff I just showed you and actually get sales and make money and deliver customers to people and get paid to talk about other brands on the internet by using those tools in a free way. The reason I'm showing you everything about paid ads right now, and we went over paid ads, is because I've been getting a lot of questions from people that are spending money on advertising, and they want to know, should they go on Facebook? Should they go on YouTube? Should they go on Google? Should they go on all three? Should they be on TikTok? And I wanted to make this Monday meeting all to help everyone that is really confused on where to go and direct them to where they go and why they should go where they need to go. Okay, so hopefully that was a little bit helpful. And if it was, just overall for this overall coaching Monday meeting coaching session on a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being Chris, you need to find a new job. And then 10 being, this is good. Let me know, just so I know in the chat, just the quality of this training, because that is always like that's my quality assurance rating, where I kind of know if I get a lot of low numbers, which luckily I haven't yet in doing this for as long as I've been doing it. But if I do get any low numbers, I want to find out why those numbers are low, and then what can I do to fix those so I can give you the best experience I can on these Monday meetings. Okay, so by the way, Sid says, does anyone advertise on LinkedIn? Sid, I don't personally. If anyone does, please let Sid know so you guys can get introduced. Jamie says 10. Glenn says 10. Gary says this was extremely helpful, a 10. Thank you so much. Jamie says, what level of SpyFu do you use? I use the lowest level membership because I actually don't use SpyFu to track my own keywords. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff with SpyFu that I don't use. I just use the basic plan that they have to do what I'm showing you. Frank says, gotta run. Great job. Great ambassador and great Monday meeting. Frank, thank you always for being here. I really do appreciate taking the time to be here. Sue says 10. Adil says 10 plus. Thank you for all the 10s. And 10s out of 10s and 10s and 10s and 10s. Thanks. That makes me feel good because I'm always nervous to do trainings like this, especially on a Monday meeting, knowing that there was a good amount of you that are here today that are brand new and you've never been on one of these before. And I know there's going to be a lot of you watching the recording of this that are also new and have never seen anything like this before. And you're probably just going to be like, what the hell is going on? Because I'm not ready for this. And I want you to know you don't have to be ready for this right now, because when I create this kind of stuff and put it for you inside of Alphapreneur, you can always come back and look at it at any time. And I make sure too, the stuff that I teach is stuff that is not going to get outdated and is stuff that's not going to be confusing 5 years down the road. I teach in a way that is kind of like, it's like perennial teaching. Like what I teach now, 20 years from now or 100 years from now, you could still kind of make sense of what I'm talking about. So I'm glad everyone found that really helpful. Thanks, UBC. And by the way, UBC, I know that you had a question earlier that I dodged a few times. If you can, David up from a 1 to a 5. We're getting there, David. I promise whenever we get, when you get further down the brand ambassador training program, there's going to be, all this is going to make sense. And I'm going to be teaching you a lot of stuff, David, that is going to help you where you don't have to spend any money at all to get started to actually make this kind of like ridiculous amounts of money by promoting other people's products and services without spending money on advertising. That's the beauty of the internet. You don't have to do advertising to actually be successful. Okay, so UBC had a question. This was the question from earlier, so let me answer it. Where is it? There it is. Seeing your Google pay-per-click ads for Alphapreneur, not the ambassador, will help me who want to promote Alphapreneur as an Alphapreneur brand ambassador. So I'm not, thank you for asking that. I have not put together pay-per-click ads specifically for Alphapreneur yet. I put ads together for the Alphapreneur brand ambassador program, which a lot of people that are coming into Alphapreneur through the brand ambassador training program, they're coming to the program from the ads I'm running on Google right now. Which, by the way, for those of you that are new and you're in this program, did you come here because you saw an ad on Google? Just let me know. I'm curious. If so, just say yes. But so yeah, I don't have any specific keywords specifically for Alphapreneur yet. And honestly, I don't recommend promoting Alphapreneur in general, like to the general masses, as just like this coaching program or a membership, because I find that confuses people. So I much rather recommend promoting and getting people in through very targeted directions. So like if you want to be a brand ambassador, I've got this brand ambassador training program. And then Alphapreneur is just like this massive added bonus that you're going to get with the training program. So that's what I recommend doing. And I'm going to talk about how I'm going to be revamping the ambassador training program here in just a second. Okay, June says, the company who appears at the top pages of Google gets the sale. How can a noob like me compete trying to run ads with the Alphapreneur program? Any advice? Yeah, so there's actually nobody really running ads on the Alphapreneur training program other than myself. And the thing is there is so much search volume. So many people are searching for so many keywords, like every fraction of a second every day. If I was, if I was a billionaire, I would still not be able to set my budget high enough to, and never run. Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, right now when I'm running ads on Google, I have a daily budget that I set. When that daily budget is hit, my ads turn off. So no one's going to see my ads anymore because my daily budget was hit. So even though you might be going up against what you might think are, what would you say specifically? Compete with, like, how can a beginner compete with other people? Everyone has daily budgets, and when their daily budgets are hit, Google just turns off their ads until the next day when their daily budget comes back on, and everybody runs out of their daily budget. And that's just the way it works. So, there is never going to be like an overlap where people are going to compete with each other. No, and there's going to be someone that's like going to be left out. So just kind of keep that in mind. There's way more to that discussion, but for now, I basically where I'm going with that is like, don't worry about it. You're fine. Vernette says, it's great if I need to do paid ads. I'm looking to start by not spending money. I'm glad you said that, Vernette. Because actually next Monday meeting, I'm going to make it all about different marketing methods you can do that are free. So how I went in depth and talked about Facebook, Google, and YouTube today with spending money. Next week, I'm going to share my top marketing methods that you can do that require no money at all. So hopefully that'll help you out. Sue says, can you repeat the hyper targeting on Facebook using the HMR diet or HMR diet program? Yeah, absolutely. Let's, I don't know anything about the HMR diet, so let me go through this live, which is terrifying, to see what is out there. All right. So I would start by going to SpyFu and doing some keyword research on HMR diet, and then see what kind of searches there are. So it looks like it is just a diet program, kind of like how there's intermittent fasting, there's OMAD, there's all that kind of stuff. So it looks like HMR diet is just a program. Now, I don't think it's like a big company that's like Nutrisystem or Jenny Craig or Weight Watchers, because if it was, I would put in like Nutrisystem, Jenny Craig, or Weight Watchers here in Facebook. But let's just type in HMR diet and see if anything shows up. And I'm not getting anything yet, but that doesn't mean anything. So let me, I'm getting to where I can search Facebook pages. I'm going to bring it on camera here in a second. All right. So what I did was I went to Facebook, and this is a answer for Sue. So Sue wanted to know, can I repeat hyper-targeting on Facebook using HMR diet or the HMR diet program? So I went to Facebook and I went to search and I typed in HMR diet, and I'm going to click on only pages. I only want to see pages that are the HMR diet. And then I want to find who's the number one page. And it looks like HMR program is the number one page. And I know that because they have 30,000 likes, and all these others I have like 100 and, pretty much 100. So now that I know that, I'm going to go to the audience insights, and I'm going to type in HMR program and see if it shows up, and still not showing up. So this is probably really new stuff. Yeah, it's still super new. So let's go to their actual page itself, and we're going to see a little bit about what is, because I don't know what this is. So weight management, lifestyle, lose weight. So it's pretty much just like a weight loss system, like a Weight Watchers, or even looking at the pictures, like no judging or anything. But looking at the pictures, I would imagine people that are like following Weight Watchers would probably be a similar demographic. Would you agree? So if you think it would be a similar demographic, so then what we would do is I would come and type in Weight Watchers, and then we're going to find the Weight Watchers page. And then I'm looking at page likes. So people that like Weight Watchers, what are other things that they like? And this is the hyper targeting that I'm talking about, Sue. So if you were going to run Facebook ads, which by the way, I would steer you against, because I would advise not to, because again, it's interruption marketing. Like, you got to be really good it's your marketing copy and all that to really, in your images and have everything dialed in to really get it figured out. But if you really want to do that, this is how these would be what I would do is I would create a campaign on Facebook, and then I would create ad sets where each ad set literally only has each one of these pages that you're targeting. So I would have one ad set called HMR Diet Brand Ambassador or whatever, because if you're a brand ambassador for an HMR program, then I would, under that campaign, I would make one ad set. I would only target skinny recipes. One ad set, I would only target points recipes. One ad set, I would only target tasteful. And I would do that with all of these. So you're probably going to have a good 50, 60 ad sets, but every ad set, you're only targeting one of these. And if you try to target one of these and it's not showing up when you're creating the ad, then just skip it. It just means there's not enough people that are even targetable on Facebook for that. So skip the ones, but the ones that there are enough people, it's going to work. So then once you have all those ad sets, then set up whatever type of campaign you want to run, and then let them all run. And when I do multiple ad sets like that, I only set the daily budget to like $1 to $5 a day per ad set. And then you just run it for all of those. And then whichever ones are getting you results, those are the ones that I stick with. So how I said I would advise you not to do this, what I would advise you to do is I would go to what I talked about earlier with Google, and I would go back and first review my list for you with Google search. Go for search intent keywords, build a list of 20 to 30 keywords, use exact match keywords, which I didn't even talk about. I'm going to talk about that in a second. And then send people to a landing page you control and collect email addresses and all that. So if you know how to create a funnel or a Facebook page or a page on ClickFunnels or Lead Pages or Kartra or any of those platforms, or you can create just a page like on WordPress or on your blog, you need to get 20 to 30 keywords about the HMR diet. So I type in HMR diet, and then for search type, I only want to look at questions. And then here, I would skip the ones where there's a cost per click because that means people are bidding on that. I would do the ones that there are no competition. And then even though there's very little searches, that's okay. You could get every one of these searches every month. So when people are searching for this stuff, they're coming to your pages. So that's what I would do. So because you're really, really focused in on just building stuff that is really targeted to people that are searching for it rather than just doing interruption marketing on Facebook. So hopefully that was helpful, Sue. UBC says, when I Google Alphapreneur, it's a social network ad in the PPC results. Isn't that Alpha? There might be people running pay-per-click ads for Alphapreneur. I'm not right now for myself, so I'm not sure what people are running at the moment. But yeah, if you're seeing some type of ads about Alphapreneur, then that's other people running it. That's not me. Vernette says, I was looking for work from home jobs and saw your ad. Awesome. That's a good example because Vernette, she's new to the Brand Ambassador Training Program. And what I did was I'm running ads for that training program, and I'm only running ads to people that are looking for work from home type jobs because that is what I'm teaching you how to do. I'm teaching you how to not have a job working for a company, but actually how to, build your own business by just getting paid to talk about other brands on the internet, and then teaching you step by step how to do that, because that's how I got started on the internet 21 years ago, and this is what I still teach today. And people use other terms for it. They use affiliate. They call it affiliate marketing. They call it referral marketing. It's all the different things. But I landed on brand ambassador because when you're a brand ambassador, you truly believe everything about, like, you eat, sleep, breathe, and you can't stop thinking about the brands that you are talking about. And that's the difference between a brand ambassador and an affiliate marketer, which is just people that are just collecting a bunch of links and spamming a bunch of links all over the internet and hoping to make some money. That's the real big difference. So thank you for Vernette for letting me know. By the way, are you happy with everything so far? Are you happy with going through the Brand Ambassador Training Program? Are you happy with the way things are looking in what you have access to? Are you happy with these Monday meetings? Because there's a lot of these, and you can go back and watch all the previous ones as well. They're all included. David says, how do you get paid on ClickBank? I actually have a whole section about that for you in the Brand Ambassador Training Program, David. So when you go into Alphapreneur and then you go to the Brand Ambassador course and you come down on, by the way, I don't recommend ever skipping through and clicking on random steps. You're going to be so lost. Start on step 1. Go through, complete your assignment, go to step 2, complete your assignment, go to step 3. I think it is Industry Insights is where I talk a lot about ClickBank. And I do talk a lot about ClickBank in a couple other of these, but I'm not even going to tell you which ones they are because I don't want you to skip over to them. I just recommend you go through the Brand Ambassador Training Program and you will get everything that you need help with. Gary says, super helpful. Thank you. Yeah, UBC's, I guess that was one of your members doing the advertising. Yeah, it was. It wasn't me. Sue says, great. Thank you. That was very helpful. You're very welcome. Jamie says, Chris, could you tell us the most efficient way to write articles? Yes, the most efficient way to write articles is to find articles that you find interesting yourself and that you like, and then write a better one. So I don't copy, don't paste, don't have the article on the left side of your screen and hit select all, copy, and then go paste it on a new blog post. That's you're not going to be in business for very long if you do that. But I recommend finding articles that you like, that you've read, that you found helpful, and then write something that is more engaging and something that is more interesting and just something that's just genuinely more helpful to the reader than what's already out there that you currently like. That is my best framework that I could give you for writing articles. And a lot of articles that are out there, they don't have a lot of visuals. People don't take a lot of time to make them really engaging. People just write content to hopefully get indexed by Google and then get traffic for free. So since other people do that to your benefit, you can get a lot of traffic and a lot of people sharing your articles and really listening to what you have to say and engaging with what you have to say by just doing something better than what everybody else is doing. So that is what I recommend doing, is something like that. Now, Jamie, let me give you a pro tip because I love to use my tools. So I'm going to show you how to find the best articles to write a better version of. So you used to have to use a different tool for this, but now you can actually use all this in SpyFu. So we are going to go to top pages. Nope, that's not it. I lied. Let's go to overview. So we're going to type in, let's say HMR diet. Let's say you're going to do what Sue is doing. Which, sorry, Sue, but let's say you're trying to do what she's doing and find some articles about the HMR diet. You can actually come in and find all of the top articles that are ranking really well on Google for the HMR diet and how many clicks that they're getting. And then that's where that's how you see the best articles that are out there, and then just write better ones. So if you don't know where to start, you could go into SpyFu. And especially since you're asking what plan I'm using, maybe you're using SpyFu as well, Jamie, or you're thinking about it. So this is where I would go to do that. So you can come down and see like all the top articles that are already out there. I'm trying to see. I thought there is a better solution. There's a better what am I trying to say? There's a better report for this, but they moved it around on me and I can't find it. I thought it was keyword research. I can't find it, but it's in here. There's a better graph to look, or a better chart to look at. But for now, you can come down to where it says organic search ranking analysis. I know that's like the most nerdy way to call this report, but you can come down here and then in one click, you can go right to the top articles that are about the HMR program and find out like what they write about and how they look and things like that. So that's what I would do. That's what I would do, Sue. Or I'm sorry, that's what I would do, Jamie. That was a Jamie question. Yeah, UBC, I have not I have not solicited or ever asked for testimonials or anything yet from the brand ambassador training program, but when I will, I am going to make them available to everybody so they know about them and they could look at them for inspiration as well. David, what I could recommend to you is to stop buying stuff. If you buying stuff, because if you're buying stuff and you're not getting any money yet, you need to just really focus on one thing and go all in on one program that you really believe in. Because unfortunately, with the way the world is now, there is an unbelievable amount of opportunities that you can rabbit holes that you can go down and build a business on the internet. So you really got to find out like what makes the most sense for you, and only focus on that one thing until you will start making money doing it. There's no question about that. Like, it's never been easier, in the history of the internet to make money on the internet. You just really have to find one business model and go all in doing it. And the reason why I landed on teaching and really like all I talk about right now in Alphapreneur is the brand ambassador training program is because with the unfortunate times that we are in the world right now, there's a lot of people that have lost their jobs. They need to make a second or third or fourth income, to support their family. And people that have never had jobs before now to need to get jobs to support because their spouse maybe lost their job. And I evaluated, sorry, my camera keeps shaking around because it's on this darn pole that's not sturdy on my desk. So I started thinking about like all of the different things that I could teach and go all in on teaching to really help somebody start a business and grow a business from scratch. And I landed on teaching people how to be a brand ambassador because that's how I started with nothing 21 years ago. And that's still how I make a really, really nice income. And I will forever because you don't have to have anything pre-existing to make it work. You are just finding products and brands and services that you like and you believe in, and you're just getting paid to talk about them. That is like the easiest business model ever. And so I'm just going deep on teaching that in everything that I've learned over 21 years and teaching all the tips and tricks and tools and software and services and things like that you can use to have not only more success than I've had, but have faster success than I've had that I didn't have access to when I started a long time ago with all that stuff. So hopefully that kind of helps you a little bit, David. You really just need to get your mind right and just focus on one thing and be really excited about it and not jump around, because it is really easy to jump around from object to object to object and never see any success because you're jumping around too much. You're never spending enough time on one thing to make that one thing successful. Sue says, previously you mentioned vidIQ for YouTube. Is TubeSift a better tool? So vidIQ is really good when you're looking for ideas of videos to create to rank organically on YouTube. I'm going to repeat that in case you missed it. So vidIQ is really good if you're trying to create videos to rank organically on YouTube. TubeSift is really good if you're wanting to create ads to run on YouTube and you want to run those ads in front of every video on every major YouTube channel in your industry. That's what TubeSift's good for, because it's going to give you the ability to find those channels in seconds and download all the links to all their videos to all those channels in minutes, and then in like 2 clicks upload it and create an ad campaign, and all of a sudden you have your video in front of every major video in your industry on YouTube. That's what TubeSift's good for. vidIQ does not even have that ability to do that. So vidIQ is good for, again, if you're trying to create longer form videos and you want to rank organically and for free on YouTube, use vidIQ. If you're trying to just get in front of all of your competitors or all the videos about one specific topic on YouTube and put your video as an ad in front of all their videos, that's what TubeSift is good for. Was that helpful, Sue? Jamie says, thanks. You're very welcome. And I just realized we've been going on for quite a while for this Monday meeting. So if it's okay with all of you, I'm going to wrap things up and call it a day, because I still have a lot left I need to get done today. And this week's going to be really busy for me this week. I hope it's going to be busy for all of you as well. Sue says, yes, thank you. You're very welcome. And for all of you that were new here, let me know in the live chat if you're still here and you're new. That means that's a good thing, because you really stuck through something that probably made no sense to you at all. And that means you're dedicated and you're motivated, and you will, see success with the program inside of Alphapreneur because you do have that motivation and dedication. So I want to thank you for being here. For all of you that just show up every Monday, thank you for that. And then for those of you that are new, thank you for being here for as long as you have. On your first Monday morning or Monday, Monday afternoon now, but Monday meeting, and feel free to come back and watch all the previous Monday meetings inside of Alphapreneur to get caught up on just other things that we've talked about. And then I always have these Monday meetings moving forward every Monday at 2 p.m. Central. So make sure you come to those as well. And thank you for all the great comments I see. Let me just take a look at the chat real quick. I always like to close out by just giving all of you a shout out that are here to the very end, because I really appreciate it. Gary Frazier says, I have a basic SpyFu option, and it's way more than I need. It's great. Yeah, same here. I have the basic option too, and I don't need anything more than what I have. Sid says, great meeting. See you next week. Thank you for being here, Sid. Jamie says, thanks, Chris. You're welcome. Sue says, thank you. You're welcome. Glenn says, thanks, Chris. You're welcome. Sue says, wash hands, wash hands. Yes, everyone make sure you wash your hands. Stay COVID free. Jamie says, great training today. You're welcome. Sid says, thanks for the excellent info. I learned a lot today. You're welcome. Adil says, thanks, Chris. You're welcome. David says, yep, still here. Thank you, David, for making it to the end. I know if this was a little bit overwhelming or your head's kind of spinning right now, everything will make sense to you. Trust me. Just trust the process. Go into Alphapreneur. Go to the courses. Go to the Brand Ambassador Training Program and start with step 1 and just buckle up. That's really the best thing that I can say. You're going to enjoy it. UVC says, thanks for all you give. You're very welcome. David says, see you, Chris. See you again. Thank you. David's up to a 7. See, that made me proud, David, because you started by rating my stuff at a 1. And you got, just in one meeting, you got up to a 7. So thank you. Magnus is great as always. Thank you. Sue says, I thought that was a clap. When you're saying wash hands, you meant to say clap, clap, clap. That's awesome. So thank you all for being here. As for what's on my plate for all of you this week, I'm creating a lot of new training for the Brand Ambassador Training Program. So you're probably going to see more than one video get posted this Friday. But I'm also creating a new Brand Ambassador Academy for Alphapreneur for people that are interested in getting paid to talk about Alphapreneur or getting paid to talk about the Brand Ambassador Training Program. Like for some of you that are new here, if you know other people that you think would have fun doing this and have fun getting paid to talk about other brands and stuff along with you, then I have a program where you can actually, I give you 50%, like we're like 50-50 partners for you to go out there and share the program with others and share all the stuff we're doing right now with others. So you can invite your friends and, family or anybody that you want to invite and actually be on this journey with you. So you're not doing this alone. So I have a lot of really cool stuff I'm recording for you this week. And I'm going to send out emails as new stuff is released. So you might get a couple emails. All of you are going to get a couple emails from me this week of new stuff that I'm doing. So just keep an eye out for those emails, and you're going to have a lot of fun for what's coming. So that is a wrap. Thank you all for being here, and I hope you have a very productive and fun and happy and safe week. See you soon.